And what a week it has been in professional wrestling. Welcome back. This is episode 9 of the GrapChats Pro Wrestling Podcast. I am your host. My name is Steve Willis. And once again, Matty joins me and he's dancing around and lip syncing. But I'm not falling for it this time because he's on the second screen, which is over there.
That's cowardice.
I'm looking this way.
That's cowardice. You're committing cowardice.
A little bit.
You're like, I'm only reacting because I can't see it. You're not gritting through it. You're avoiding it entirely, which some people would say is responsible, and I choose to believe is cowardice.
A little from column A, a little from column B.
Yeah, exactly. Why do we need to label these things as such? How you doing, mate?
Busy as always, but sort of this episode I was looking forward to and was like, all right, let's get into this because there's quite a bit to get into.
There is. SummerSlam Fallout, lead up to Forbidden Door, coming up for AEW. Then
we've got a massive week of non-finished matches in WWE. That's the theme right through.
Keep a running count, Nan.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Let's start with the news. What have you got?
All right. Do we want to start? I'll give you some choices. We'll do it. I'll give you some choices. Do you want to start lighthearted and get more serious, or do you want to start serious and end lighthearted? Yeah, right? Yeah, I know.
Let's start serious and end lighthearted so that you're built up for all the disappointing non-finished matches in the Raw and SmackDown reviews.
Okay, well, let's start with some medical stuff nice and briefly and quickly. As we talked about briefly last week on the podcast, Buddy Matthews did undergo surgery in this last week. So, of course, we wish our local boy a speedy recovery. Jonathan Gresham also revealed on social media that he recently had 2 strokes. So, also wishing you a speedy recovery. One of the most talented technical wrestlers on the face of the earth. Wishing them nothing but the best. Good old Jim Ross, JR's contract is apparently coming up this month. He says, I think my contract is up in August, like this month. I love where I am because nobody has ever taken care of me as good as Tony Khan is and has. I want to be able to contribute more, so that's my goal, is to stay healthy and contribute more to the company. I like the way they use JR this time, where they bring him in as a voice for kind of like just big matches specifically.
Big main events.
Yeah. It is very, very cool. A couple bits of news from the Wrestling Observer newsletter. Apparently, Saudi Arabia is pushing for their own separate WrestleMania, in which they would like The Rock to headline. Tremendous. Can't wait for that one. Can't wait for The Rock to work a main event in Saudi Heat. I'm sure that'll be great for everyone involved.
Yeah. But, the money they would have to cough up.
I know, but
Jesus Christ, the amount of money.
The sad thing is like, one, they've got it and they can, obviously. And it sucks because like, it's really cool every time they do, like I see clips of the Saudi Arabian shows now. The early ones were, but like now, at the very least, the crowd seems to be having a phenomenal time. Like they're really enjoying the show. You know what I mean? And that's great because like, they get to have this event that everyone comes to, but like on the other side of it, it is just sports washing for the Saudi Arabian government.
Yeah.
So like, I'm so conflicted because that's so like obviously evil.
Yeah.
But at least some like, people get to enjoy a nice show, which is kind of like...
Yeah. So the trick is to enjoy the show, but don't forget about the human rights violations because that's kind of what they want you to do, and you really shouldn't do that.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Plus, the Rumble's there next year, isn't it? Are they doing the Rumble there next year? They're getting like a big show next year. I think it's the Rumble.
Might be the Rumble. I don't know. Are they going to go to 2 days for Rumbles?
I don't know. I don't think so. Because I think the Rumble matches take up enough time. But yeah, apparently I think they're doing the Rumble in Saudi Arabia next year. So we'll see how that is. I don't know. Again, it's just blatant. It's more blatant money grubbing from WWE, which is already doing plenty of it. Yeah, I don't know. But that's come up. Another bit of news from the Wrestling Observer newsletter. Brock Lesnar was still, even though not used, fully paid by the WWE for the past 2 years. Brock was among the highest paid wrestlers in the company. He was never suspended and kept under contract, which means in that period, they let people go. Let all sorts of people go. Dakota Kai went during that. Braun Strowman went during that. Like, a bunch of people got, like, but they didn't at any point suspend his gigantic pay packet, which is
there's a good
insanity.
chance I would say they would have had to pay him out of the contract had they sacked him.
No, you can suspend. Like, surely there's a clause where, like, if you bring like a negative attention to the company, yeah, exactly, right. Yeah, like if you got done, I don't know, like beating up pregnant ladies, like they probably can be like, yeah, we're just gonna suspend you with no pay until that's like, surely that exists.
Yeah,
but
you'd think so. You'd hope so.
Yeah,
but you like never know.
The fact they let these talented people go, like, man, like, it's so annoying. And this is like the same company that talked about, like, you know, there are people over with the people at other companies being paid above market rate. Like,
yeah,
like just utter insanity. Just like, yeah. Anyway, let's do the lighthearted stuff now. This one made me fall apart when I read it. In a recent interview, Gunther told a fan who drove 9 hours to meet him to do something better with their time. Just imagine you spent all this time to go and see this blunt Austrian man who's like, thank you very much for showing up. You should probably do other things, though. With like 9 hours.
So, to go to Elimination Chamber when it was in Perth, I got on a train from Albury to Melbourne, then got on a plane to Perth, then had a friend pick me up from the Perth airport and drive me to their place.
For people who don't know, Perth is the most remote city on the planet. It is the city furthest from another city in the world. It's
a pain in the ass to get to.
Yeah.
For anyone.
Yeah.
Anywhere.
Yeah.
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 That's
how long did that take you?
Well, let's see. The train left Albury Station at 7 a.m.
And then you came straight to a show, didn't you? Or were you there before the show?
I went straight to the EPW show. So, so my friends Kaz and Dave, they picked me up from the airport, and the show had already started.
Yes,
the show had started as the plane was landing, and then I jumped in the car, and so we missed like the first, I don't know, quarter of the show, probably.
Yeah, like, so you were like, what, 12, 13 hours? Yeah, 12, 13 hours?
Thereabouts, yeah. But that's including just sitting around at the airport.
This person did that just to meet Gunther. Or almost that.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that for a meet and greet. I'd do it for a pay-per-view, not for a meet and greet.
I'm weird with that. Like, so are you in the camp of, like, would you pay to meet people? Like, are there people?
I have paid for a meet and greet before, but I would not pay big money. I think the most, like, I paid to see Indy Hartwell at Renegades. Yep. But it was like $20. We're not talking huge amounts of money.
Because I remember when I saw...
They were asking anything over, say, $100, no.
I remember seeing at Mania this year, and it's seen as last Mania, but I remember seeing the photo ops that people got to do with him after.
Yeah.
It was $1,000 American dollars.
Yeah.
And you might have gotten 10 seconds. You lined up, you went like, thank you very much, it's really nice to meet you. And they took the photo with the belt, and then it was on to the next person. I assume because they had a lot of them to do. But $1,000, there's not a lot of people I could think of that I would spend a bunch of money to meet. I spent some money when I went to this show. Earlier in the year to do the VIP package, and most of the part that I was interested in was doing you got to see behind the scenes, see commentary, walk around ringside, behind I have photos of me on the announcer's desk, behind backstage, at the entrance ramp. That was the part that was the most fascinating to me.
Yeah.
And then it was like, oh, there's also like 2 meet and greets. I'm like, oh, that'll be cool. It was cool. It's Will Ospreay and Jay White. That was pretty sweet.
That'd be awesome. Yeah.
But like, that's not the part I paid for. But I did technically pay money to do that. It was not $1,000. I think it was $200. I think something like that. Something like that.
Now, keeping in mind as well, TKO just signed, was it a $7.7 billion deal with ESPN? They don't need the money.
No.
They don't need to be charging fans $1,000 for a 10-second hi, how are you from John Cena.
But the problem is, like, the market dictates it. Like, if people will pay for it and it sells out, like, that's the thing is people do the complaints about, oh man, like WWE ticket prices are insane. It's like, yeah, people keep buying them. Like, it's every gate's like the biggest gate, and every Mania is the biggest Mania, and every like SummerSlam still had what, like 60,000 people there on both days, despite it. So like, if they're gonna pay it, why wouldn't you? You know what I mean? Like, why would you not? Like, no. We'll make less. We'll make, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's a corporation. It's a big corporation, and the bottom line is the most important bit. So. Yeah.
Yes, that is true, I suppose.
Other bits and pieces. Bret Hart quoted this week. Wrestlers today would be better if they copied me more. Phenomenal. No notes. No notes. No notes, Bret Hart.
That's the most Bret Hart shit I've ever heard.
Perfect. Perfect.
Oh, great.
He's also not wrong.
Like, no.
Like,
That's the thing. He is every bit as good as he will tell you he is.
yeah. I mean, look, man used to come out and say the best there is, the best there was, the best there ever will be, with a straight face. He wasn't laughing when he said it.
No.
Like, he means it. He means it fully.
But his matches were tremendous.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. There was also this rumor mill recently about backstage news between like MVP and the Hurt Syndicate. Where the Hurt Syndicate were refusing to put people over. They only wanted to work with certain people. They wouldn't want to drop the titles to certain people. And then there was this rumor that like MVP and Speedball Mike Bailey just don't like, MVP just hates Speedball apparently, which everyone just hates someone that they work with for no discernible reason. That's how workplaces work. But they did get this hilarious little segment. I think MVP put it up on Instagram, and then Speedball put it on his vlog, where like Speedball's there like filming his little vlog, and MVP and the Hurt Business walk up, and he just leans in. He's like, "Fuck you, Speedball." And Speedball's like, "Fuck you too, MVP." And he's like, "Boys, tell him." And it turns to Lashley, and they like head down like, "Fuck you, Speedball." And they're like, yeah, fuck you too, guys. And then they all just kind of like smile and wave and dissipate. And I think it is my favorite, like, let's take this silly backstage rumor and like make fun of it I've seen so far. It's great.
Especially since like everyone I know who has met Speedball has said he's the nicest guy ever. Like, he's just super friendly dude, and everyone's like really cool with him. So the fact that someone has, or even just news coming out that someone has a problem with him, is just sus immediately based on that.
But also, look, I know a little bit about, like, MVP's past. I don't pretend to know much about, like, MVP as, like, a person. But, like, you hear about the kind of person he is and the way he presents and the way his past is. And if you told me that MVP didn't like a little nerdy, like, French-Canadian, I don't know, man. I believe it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that just doesn't seem like his guy. Like, that's not your dude. And, like, that's fine. Like, you don't get along with all your co-workers all the time.
And they're both big martial arts guys, both of them.
Yes, they are. That is true.
MVP's a jiu-jitsu guy.
Yeah, legitimate black belt.
Is he a black belt now?
Yes, he is. I believe so.
I think it was a purple belt last time I had read up on it. But he could be a black belt now. And
then I think Speedball's, is it Taekwondo? Yes.
Taekwondo. Yeah. As you can tell by his thorough enjoyment of kicking people's faces off.
True. Yeah. This is true. And then the final bit that I wanted to cover, Evil Uno's Mystery Wrestling, which is fantastic and ridiculous if you've never seen it. They held the longest wrestling match ever and raised over 33,000 Canadian dollars for charity. The official record, 21 hours, 49 minutes, and 12 seconds was this match. They had a bunch of people kind of like Zoom call in for do guest commentary. I saw RJ City. I saw Nyla Rose. I saw Adam Cole. I saw Simon Miller. It looked at there's a legitimate sword fight somewhere in the middle of the match. There was, I believe, like a twerk off. It's insanity. Like mystery wrestling is so silly.
It's good. It's they really nail comedy wrestling.
Really do
at mystery wrestling. Evil Uno is so good. I definitely don't want to watch that match in its entirety, but I would love to see a highlight package and just how it works to do a match that long.
I'm just so happy it happened too.
Yeah, for sure.
Also, I wish it ended in a time limit draw. Like if they go exactly 1 minute past the old record, they're like ding ding ding, time limit draw. Like that would have been hysterical just for, you know what I mean, or like a double count out, like just for the sheer silliness of it. Like the fact that you have a 21-hour match with no conclusive ending is, I don't know, I think is perfectly funny.
I like the fact that Stu Grayson won it because he's such a fucking hardcore athlete.
And it's him and Uno, man.
Crazy shape all the time. So the fact that, you know, he's easily the best conditioned guy in that promotion and probably one of the best conditioned athletes in all of wrestling, he deserves to win a 21-hour match.
100%. 100%. Look, maybe they'll do it annually or something like that. I'll tweet at Uno and be like, time limit draw next time, maybe would be worth a laugh. But that is the news I have for this week.
That is the news. And we move on into Monday Night Raw. There was some awesome parts. Like I know I've talked a wee bit of shit about the amount of non-finishes, but there were some good parts to this episode. Right off the top, LA Knight interrupting Seth Rollins and keeping continuity in wrestling. We like to see continuity. Yes, LA Knight was the last.
What a time to be alive. What a time to be alive. Rollins.
So it makes sense. Good logical sense for him to challenge Seth for the title. Which was great. Next up, we had Sheamus and Rusev. The match, the ending was a bit lame. It was a double count out. Kind of lame finish, but it made up for it in the fact that their big meaty men slapping meat continued as a through line throughout the entire show. I love that.
Yeah, that was cool. That was cool, yeah.
Grayson Waller got on TV. So that's great. In this particular segment, so I don't know how Xavier Woods got his hands on a hat that hilariously large.
Yep.
But he did, and it was worth it. Yeah. Whatever they spent on that hat, solid investment, worth every cent. Especially with Penta, after the match, putting it on, doing his walk, frisbeeing it out of the ring at Woods and Kofi.
He's just cool, Penta. He's just cool, man.
He's incapable of doing anything uncool.
Yeah, kind of.
Everything he does is cool because it's him doing it. And that's what you want.
Yeah.
Naomi cuts a promo on Stephanie Vaquer. I don't know why referring to her as Stephanie Velcro popped me as much as it did.
It's always the shitty little jokes, isn't it, that are so funny for no good reason. But
weirdly, the promo just kind of cuts off shortly after that. And they don't pick it back up again. Like, okay. So, comes in, cuts a promo, little joke that hit big, cool. Then they're just out. Just straight out. The Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss tag team title run keeps getting better. And I'm so happy to see it because clearly it's one of those cases where if you can tell by looking at a scene that the performers are having fun shooting it, and that makes it fun to watch. And this is exemplified in the Charlotte Flair Alexa Bliss title run.
It was 100% my first thought when you started talking about this, as I'm like, they're having a ball. Like
Yeah.
you can tell they're just like, what if I did this little like crappy little snidey thing, and then
Yeah.
and like they're having so much fun, and
Yeah.
it really does carry into the performance. It's
Actually,
amazing.
Another example of that, because I was just reminded because I mentioned meeting Indy Hartwell before.
Mm-hmm.
Her run in NXT where she was doing the Index storyline with Dexter Lumis.
Yes.
Another great example of they're having fun and it shows, and that makes it fun to watch.
Mm-hmm.
And I explained that to her when I met her, and she was just like, love it. Thank you for saying that. So I think she just enjoys when people tell her people sharing those stories of how much fun they're having watching the work that she does. We had Dominic Mysterio and Dragon Lee was great, as you would expect. I think the Dragon Lee taking particular offense to Dominic calling himself the king of the luchadors makes me want to see Dominic do that every week.
Yes.
Because he's getting this snarky prick heel. He's got it down pat, and now he's just making the most of it, and it was great. Nikki Bella and Becky Lynch, they had a promo. Becky just punched Nikki in the face midway through the promo, and that kind of ended the segment. Okay. Seth Rollins and LA Knight had as great of a match as you would expect them to. There was no finish. Punk comes in for the DQ. But that's what everyone was expecting, because it's got to further that storyline, given what happened at SummerSlam. Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
For sure.
Yeah. Going on to SmackDown. John Cena. John Cena cut a promo at the start. It was okay. Matt clearly has a problem with it. But before I let you rip shreds off John Cena, I want to rip shreds off John Cena. Well, not particularly him, but how this story with R-Truth just kind of now doesn't happen. Like, you gave R-Truth this very serious twist to his character, which he hasn't had in many, many years. And now it's just gone.
And you'll never see him on TV again.
It's like, I'm Ron Killings now. I cut off my dreadlocks. I've got, being super serious, and now it's just, we're back to the R-Truth that we had a decade ago. And I love the R-Truth that we had a decade ago, but we're just switching them back.
Do some new shit for a bit. Do some new shit.
Yeah.
Do some other things.
Lean into it. Capitalize on it. Do something with the new character, instead of just jumping straight back to the old one. Okay?
My issue is, let's wrap it all into one thing, right? So where did the Cena kind of promo segments of this show end up? Where did that lead to? Where did that go?
Oh, yes, your mate Logan Paul. Yeah.
So we're gonna have like the Brock stuff happen at SummerSlam. We're gonna have Cena turn on a dime. We're gonna have the really, really, really good match with Cody. That's done now. Forget that. No more. We're gonna have the Brock thing, right? We're gonna have Brock not be around to explain what the deal with that was, or why he's back, or why he picked John, or any of that stuff. He's just not here. And now Logan Paul is around, because we're gonna do Logan Paul and John Cena in Paris. Yeah. So now we're gonna take 2 months of John Cena's final year with Logan Paul and Brock Lesnar. They still employ AJ Styles, by the way. He's still employed by the company. He's still employed.
And
he's
we
still
know
there.
With absolute certainty, him and John could put on a banger, because they've done it before.
And you have all your new talent. You have all your new talent that can take this giant rub from working. Logan Paul does not count as new talent, which fucking dare. But you have all these people that could benefit from getting this go at John Cena's retirement year, and we're going to take 1/6 of it.
Chunk of it. A big
1/6
chunk of it.
with Logan Paul and Brock Lesnar. And I what is this? Like I
Mm.
have no mouth, but I want to scream. Like just ooh, ooh, no,
Yep.
sir,
It
absolutely
makes
not.
me wonder who the last opponent will be. Because, to make good for all of this, they can really send a hot young talent to the fucking moon by having them be John Cena's last opponent. And they've got options. They've got Obafemi, they've got Trick Williams, they've got Bron Breakker, Bronson Reed even. Like, there's a lot of options, and I hope they don't shit the bed with someone who is too old to really benefit, to get the full benefit from it. So,
Oh yeah, that's the other bits. So apparently, so they're talking about the fact that with all the the counter programming that's been happening. So
mhm.
apparently, Lesnar and Cena is going to take place on the same day as All Out.
Mm.
So they're going to do it as a pay per view the same day, and then apparently they have also pushed back Cena's last match so that can happen on the same day as AEW's World's End that they do it. Apparently, they're doing both.
The thing is, he had a counter of dates left to go. Like, that was a part of the
Yeah,
story
but we don't.
that
That
they're
story's
telling.
gone now. We don't need that story anymore. We threw that one away. It's gone now. I'm not a bad guy anymore. I'll do extra days because I just can't. I can't leave the fans now. I made a mistake at the start of the year, and I want to do extra days just for them. Watch them do it. Watch.
But for me personally, I kind of hope that the last opponent and getting a massive rub and, letting this be a launching pad for them, Trick Williams. I'm hoping it's Trick Williams, but if is one, it's most likely going to be Bron Breakker because he's sort of being targeted as the next top guy.
I'd love Carmelo Hayes to get it.
Yeah, another
Or
great
if
option.
you want to,
Yeah.
if you want like a really, I'm trying to think of like you could take like a mid. You can take like if you brought back like an Ilya Dragunov bring him back from injury, and then have him be like you could do a bunch of different bits and pieces.
Yeah.
Like I don't know.
There's a lot of options. It's a lot of options, and I hope
Anyway,
they pick
what
a
else
good
happened
one.
on SmackDown? Sorry, I blew my load too early.
There's a medication for that. Maybe they'll sponsor us one day. So
Why? Because we look like we need it.
we're both very bald and getting old.
Wait, does bald mean your dick doesn't work? What do you mean? What does bald have to do with it?
Isn't it like a? Yeah, I'm sure it's a thing. It's like a.
Don't
Just
you
like-
dare speak for me on this matter.
It's like a.
Don't you dare. I feel like you're admitting too much now.
I have no idea what my testosterone levels are, but I'm sure that the hair falling out is a thing.
Oh right, okay. I thought. Sorry, I didn't think we were talking about testosterone. I thought we were talking about erectile dysfunction.
Wrestling podcast.
I mean, look. I'm sure they'll sponsor a folding table at some point soon, man. It'll all tie in together.
Are you going as flaccid as this table?
The Blue Chew folding chair. Let it stay as hard as steel. I wrote the promo copy for you. There you go. Writes itself.
And it's like a baseball bat because it's long and hard.
Yeah.
Just paint it blue. And
Triple H's sledgehammer, except the top of it's just a huge. Anyway.
just a knob.
Just a huge knob. Painted
Big.
blue.
Oh. We could go on this all day.
Let's not. Let's not.
The Alexa Bliss birthday celebration.
Oh yeah, that's right. They're on both shows. That's right.
Yes. Women's tag champs can go to both shows. And there was a cake involved. 3 guesses what happened to the cake.
Yeah. The segment is old as time.
Yeah, and I kind of like that there's some old traditions that just stick around. Like, if there's a cake, someone's face is going in it. Cool.
It's just easy
Fun.
comedy storytelling.
Yeah. I love that, like, Chelsea Green went to do her finish on Charlotte Flair into the cake, as if that would ever happen. But Charlotte reverses into an unprettier of her own on Chelsea into the cake, locks in the figure eight for the win.
Wonderful silliness.
Yeah. Miz and Carmelo Hayes having a promo. Fuck knows why. But they're putting them back together again for something.
Sure. Okay. Anyway. Yep.
Cody
Next.
Rhodes and John Cena versus Logan Paul and Drew McIntyre.
Ooh, actually, yeah. No, this is cool. This is cool.
It was a good match. With those four, you're going to have a great match.
Drew at the end. Drew at the end, though. Oh, that's the bit, man. That's the bit. So, like, you got Drew kind of attacking Cody after the bell because, he wants next, essentially. And you have the, like, Claymore kick into Cody's head through the front of the announce table. Really satisfying.
That looked brutal.
Spot.
I loved it.
Looked great. Looked great. So, yeah, big fan. Fuck Logan Paul.
Fair. What happened on AEW this week?
Dynamite had John Moxley versus Speedball Mike Bailey. He's kind of like taking out people that have trying to like wrong him and have come for him. Was a very, very good match. It's John Moxley and Speedball Mike Bailey. There is this wonderful bit where, because of the way the camera works, like Mox is on the outside and then Speedball kind of is going to go over the top rope to do something. So it pans into him. And then because it gets a close up, and then it cuts back wider, and then Mox is in the ring and like eye pokes him. So it looks like he just teleports. Like he's just suddenly in the ring. That was really fun. It was a really, really good match. So like definitely worth a look. Tony Storm and Alex Windsor continue to get on. Which means I get to read a Tony Storm promo verbatim. What a menagerie of bruising, brawling bitches. I used to pray for times like these. Then like, Windsor's addressing her opponent. Storm kind of comes back around. If there's anything I know about this clearly non-sexual friendship, is that you can beat us down, but you can't beat us off. Because, of course, and then we've got Tony kind of wishing Alex Windsor well with her match later on tonight. Tonight is your moment. And when it's on to Forbidden Door, where I will reverse my London luck. And Athena, if you want to whip out your John Hancock and wet the ink, then we can do this right here tonight in Cleveland. As it says on the Ohio license plates, let's tape up your tits and tango. Bless you, Tony Storm. It's great every time. Every single time. Mercedes Moné comes back in her first appearance since. Did you want to talk about Tony Storm? I saw your mouth move.
I'm just hoping someone made like a novelty number plate.
I want a bunch of like Tony Storm promos like written on like a mug. You know when you get like the classic kind of like like middle-aged mum call where it's got like some long quotation, but it's just a Tony Storm promo. But if you do it in stylized text, so people don't know what it is until they start reading it, and they're like, "What in the unhinged world am I reading?"
Yeah,
I think they would be great.
I'd buy that.
Right.
I'm smelling GrapChats merch.
We have a Forbidden Door TBS Championship qualifier. It was a 4-way match. Alex Windsor defeated Queen Aminata, Billy Starks, and Sky Blue. That will be Mercedes Moné, Alex Windsor, and then a representative from CMLL and a representative from Stardom in this big 4-way match, which would be fun. The Young Bucks continue to be the bum-ass Young Bucks. Where they're backstage trying to like bribe the production guys to make sure that they have pyro, which is good. They do eventually give them pyro. It kind of malfunctions, so it kind of like awkwardly goes wrong, and then their nameplate says what is it? It's like Matt and Jeremy Buck, which I believe was their tag name from
Generation
TNA.
Me from TNA.
Generation
That's
Me.
awesome. I love callbacks like that.
They have an absolute all-timer of a tag match with Brodito of Brody King and Bandito. It might be one of the best tag matches that's ever been on an episode of Dynamite, which is a tall bar.
They've had some bangers, yes.
They've had some absolute bangers. Crazily enough, Brodito won. So they are kind of going through to take on FTR. Winner of that will get the Hurt Syndicate in London at Forbidden Door. And yeah, man, it was very, very cool. It's very, very cool. Next up, Carl Fetchler has some celebrating to do because Don Callis has given him a gift. It is the most homoerotic portrait I've ever seen that doesn't feature male nudity somehow. It's
because this isn't the first time Don Callis has done this. I think he did it a couple of times with Kenny.
I think he did one with Takeshita as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, go and look at it. I believe there was a GIF tweeted earlier by our Twitter account. You can see the artwork and the suitable reaction.
Yeah.
It's absolutely ridiculous. So he talks about his first title defense is going to come up on Collision this coming, the next episode, which I believe was against Tomohiro Ishii. Actually, it was a banger of a match, and then he's kind of looking for more people to come after that. MVP kind of unanimously and like kicks MJF out of the Hurt Syndicate, so he's fully gone now. Which I feel like that story didn't last very long.
No, but I guess it did make sense the way it ended though, because the Hurt Syndicate are a team and Max is not a team player. Like,
he's only out for himself, yeah. So they kind of like wrapped that nice bow up on that one. So then earlier we had Adam Copeland saying that if I can't beat up on FTR, I'm going to challenge Stokely Hathaway, their manager, Big Stoke, to a match. And then Stokely Hathaway got to respond. And normally I don't read anyone else's promos verbatim, but I'm going to. I can't believe at your big age you have chosen to do this. I mean, look at me. I'm not a professional wrestler. I represent the greatest tag team alive today, FTR. I'm also injured, so we see through you, Adam. You're a bully. And if you think I haven't been in a fight before, you're wrong, Adam. I'm short, I'm bald, I can't get any hose. I've been fighting my entire life. And you watch the poor FTR boys just fighting for dear life.
Just clamping their mouths shut. Just
oh my. Watch Cash Wheeler's face during this segment if you watch it. You just watch it like it's just like a wriggling worm is his lips. Next week, the fight continues in Cincinnati, Ohio, and I'm going to do it because that's what my boss asked me to do, and I'm going to do it with a smile on my face. I'm going to have an even bigger smile on my face when you have to go home Wednesday night and look at your wife, who has the head of a micro brawler, and your future juvenile delinquent kids, and tell them that Big Stoke pinned you in the ring just like that. Top guys out. God bless you, Stokely Hathaway.
Yeah,
we love Stoke. Lunatic.
He is an absolute gun on the mic.
Your wife was a head of a micro brawler is insanity.
Yeah. I don't know if maybe there'll be some sort of response from Beth Phoenix. But
God, I hope so.
Oh God, it was so good.
The main event of this week's Dynamite is a grudge match between MJF and Mark Briscoe. It's awesome. It is all over the place. It's very, very chaotic. It's very, very good. It's like they're two phenomenal wrestlers. You get Mark Briscoe right at the end attempting this big froggy bow, which his frog splash is great, by the way. Like, it somehow looks... The fact that it's not like typically kind of beautiful and athletic somehow makes it look more brutal. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the fact that it's sloppy, it's like that looks like it would hurt more.
Yeah.
Like that looks like it would suck to take.
Yeah.
He kind of like goes for this one through the announce table at the outside. MJF rolls out of the way. Briscoe just explodes through this table, hits a big heat seeker. And despite the fact that Mark Briscoe has his foot on the ropes, the referee misses it. And as a result, MJF is your winner via some chicanery. He continues the post-match kind of beatdown. Hangman runs out to make the save. And that is how Dynamite goes off the air. Collision comes up next. It is opened by Carl Fletcher versus Tomohiro Ishii. I don't know how much the audience is familiar with Tomohiro Ishii. If you haven't watched a lot of New Japan or a lot of AEW before, he looks like the oldest man to ever live. He's this like short, like he has no neck foreseeably. His head just meets his shoulders. He's this stout man who walks like he's
walking fire hydrant.
Yeah,
Just
he walks like he's made out of granite. Like he looks like he's the most immovable person to ever live. And then the bell rings and he's a world beater. Like it's incredible the difference. Like ding ding ding. Like, all right, and then he just starts from the clotheslines to the headbutts to the way he hits the ropes so goddamn aggressively. It's ridiculous. Yeah, it's amazing. Ishii is so much fun to watch. He's had. You know what? At some point, I'll recommend you some matches. You can wait for them then. We do obviously have Carl retain this one, though, because he couldn't lose it immediately. That'd be kind of crazy. Gets on the mic, says he's amazing. Says, I want the Forbidden Door. Give me the pound-to-pound best from New Japan. I'll take him on. I'll beat him up. No stress. Easy to do. Then we have, Megan Bain comes out, still does her killer stuff, which is pretty fantastic. Ricochet has a really good match against Juice Robinson, which is fun. Max Caster comes out for a nice continue his ridiculous shtick, which I think this time was against Katsuyori Shibata, which is yeah,
good luck.
Yeah,
shit, he hits hard.
Yes.
Yeah, just to circle back just a second.
Yes.
Juice Robinson, have you got on your screen there what he was wearing to the ring? And why no one is calling him Juicy Taker?
Yeah, he does kind of
look
like...
All black on black gear, like it was...
Yeah.
I looked at it and went, someone put the Undertaker's gear in a dryer, then stuck it on Juice Robinson.
I miss when he looked more like a lunatic. Like, I get that he wants to be, more serious. I just don't find it as interesting. Like, there are plenty of serious people. I like lunatic Juice Robinson. Yeah. Was pretend to pee on people with the wild man beard and all that kind of stuff. Like, I think it was just a little bit more fun. So, yeah. But
yeah, the gear he wore to that match, the first second I saw it, I'm like, Undertaker gear? That's weird.
We did get a vignette for a seemingly returning Harley Cameron, who has, her after her nose broken, she's doing this thing where she finds a pink mask and puts it on and then freaks out like the mask, like the old Jim Carrey movie.
Yeah, that's what it made me think of. Yeah,
I think that's intentionally what she's doing.
Yeah. Like the mask makes her crazy.
But yeah, it's so
crazier.
It's so ridiculous. We have Shibata thoroughly kick the crap out of Max Caster. It's another one where Max, then tries
the crowd is getting behind him, though. The crowd, they are making that awkward, clunky chant work.
They are. Unfortunately, Shibata doesn't have as much of the venom as Roosh did, and just kind of kicks the crap out of him and then pins him. But it goes good try afterwards. And then your main event of the evening, in our Cowboys home state of Virginia, is Hangman Page and Jet Speed, Mike Bailey and Kevin Knight versus Roosh, Dralistico and the Beast Mortos. It's absolutely nuts. It is they kind of did the signature kind of 6-man all-star crazy tag team action, except they put it on Collision this time. Man, it's fun to see this kind of the second kind of world title reign of Hangman, kind of the same thing you talked about before as far as continued continuity, where he's the good guy, but there's this inherent edge to him now of what he went through between Punk and especially with Swerve Strickland, that there's this clear mean streak, no more personified than when he's standing in the middle of the ring with Roosh, noted kicker of ass, and just been let's do it, and just watching those two leather each other. It's cool, man. It's cool. Hangman is that's my fucking world champion.
Yeah, 100%.
Man makes me happy. And then Kevin Knight is such a good. Kevin Knight is doing the kind of stuff that Carmelo Hayes should be, where he's featured super prominently. You get to see how athletic he is, how talented he is. He's not he's in big matches. He doesn't necessarily like win them himself, or like he's not undefeated or anything like that. But like,
Yeah, I think that's a good comparison, though.
yeah, he's got this kind of clear showcase every week.
What we need to see out of Carmelo, I think, is a babyface run, because I think he's still kind of working as a heel. A babyface run to really showcase how athletic he is, then send him heel again later on. Like, there's plenty of time for him to have a good heel run later, but I think to really get the crowd on side and get people interested in him, you need to be able to showcase just what a freak athlete he is.
The insane thing was, like, I didn't watch all of it, but what I did do was watch Carmelo Hayes in NXT.
Yeah.
Because, like, he came out, like, he just called himself him. It was Mellow Can't Miss. Because he couldn't. Like, he didn't want to miss his match, and he didn't miss. They were all so good.
Yes.
It is so good. So talented. So athletic. So much natural charisma. Like, if anyone ever felt like, it feels like a younger version of, like, a Swerve Strickland. Like, not there yet, but, like, endlessly cool, endlessly talented. Just like, how could you not? And then the fact that it's been years now?
Yeah, that it's been on the main roster.
2 or 3 years now on the main roster? Yeah. And he's done nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing. It's baffling. Like, you gotta know what kind of talent that is on your hands. Holy. But yeah, this match rules. Babyfaces win. They get to stand tall at the end with, big pop from Hangman's home state crowd. Oh, and the one bit I did forget earlier on is Darby Allin continues to commit crimes. I think he kidnapped Wheeler Yuta this time. And then after Mox's match, they found him with just a note stapled to his head that said Forbidden Door. So, yeah, the crimes continue to be committed on national television, and somehow Darby Allin is still at large. Not sure how or where he's hiding or what he's doing. But yeah, that has been most of the AEW for this week. A combination of very, very good wrestling and absolute hilarity brought on by Tony Storm and Big Stoke. God bless you, Stoke Hathaway. You absolutely suck for that.
Yeah.
Oh, and Harley Cameron as well, obviously.
Yeah, the return of Harley Cameron's going to be big. Like, she's so good. And yeah, if she uses this kind of mask gimmick as a way to ratchet the crazy up to 11, it's going to be even better. 100%. Can't wait for it.
100. And I think next week coming up is obviously we're getting ever closer to Forbidden Door, which I believe is in about 2 weeks' time. I think it's the next Dynamite Collision. Then they're in the UK. I believe they're in Glasgow for the next set, and then it's Forbidden Door, which is in London. Which should be absolutely insane based on what's already on that card. Let me find it. I wanna see what the card is already like, because I know Swerve and Swerve and Okada is already on that card.
Yeah.
Tony Storm Athena is already on that card.
Mm-hmm.
Carl Fletcher and someone. Hiroshi Tanahashi is having his last UK match. Hurt Syndicate versus either FTR or Brodito, which will be ridiculous. And then Mercedes Moné, Alex Windsor, CMLL, Stardom. That's already fun. And I'm sure they'll keep stacking that one out. They'll be Darby Allin and Moxley will probably make it onto there somewhere. Will Ospreay wants to be back for it. Hangman and MJF will probably end up in a something on there. That's probably going to be a ludicrous fucking card.
Oh, for sure. Is this might be the last one for a while that's not being counter-programmed?
I don't know if something's counter-programming this one. Not that maybe they'll throw something together, but yeah, I don't think it is.
Paris and they wouldn't do Paris.
It might be Paris. It might be around similar time. Maybe. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, look, man, for me, just personally, AEW pay-per-views don't miss.
Yeah.
There's never been a bad one. There's been not as good ones.
Yeah, some are better than others, but none of them are bad.
I've never seen a bad one. It goes from good to
awesome.
Yeah. And kind of nothing in between. But like, yeah, it's been thoroughly looking forward to it. And as for as for WWE, I guess build to Clash.
Yeah.
Build with Seth and all the people that hate him. Whatever's going on with John Cena, whatever, who cares? Drew and Cody though should be cool. Yeah. Drew and Cody should be very, very good. The only sad part in my brain is it's the first title defense, so of course he's not losing it, Cody. I like Drew I like Drew from the way he wrestles to his promo to everything a lot. So I'd never get sad to see Drew win the big belt again. Especially as like haha CM Punk, look, I've got it and you don't, kind of like,
yeah,
that would be beautiful. But yeah, like there's definitely look, what they're still coming up to. Is it Naomi and Vakur?
Yeah, that was the one that was meant to happen, but injury.
Oh yeah, Naomi's been away. We've been speculating why she couldn't do it.
Yeah, so I think that was meant to happen in Paris.
Ah.
But I think that match has been pulled due to injury. So,
what's the speculation? You guys have preggers, you think?
It had been mentioned a few times. I don't know. It's way too early to say.
Would be shitty timing. What timing for Naomi finally get the big belt back? It's like, whoop, pregnant.
Yeah, and the best work of her career, the most character development she's had in years, and this was really her time to shine and her time to make a legacy for herself. Yeah, hopefully it's a minor injury that she can be back, I don't know, by Perth or by Survivor Series.
I don't know if people call pregnancy a minor injury.
No, but it's not. I'm hoping it's not pregnancy, because then 9 months out plus.
Wow, why do you hate kids, Steve? It's crazy,
I'm
man.
I'm a terrible person. I'm going heel. I'm the heel of this podcast now.
Oh. What do you mean now? All right, to end on some final insanity, I have a recommendation for you, Steve.
Yes, it is time for YouTube Pick of the Week.
Good news. This match is thoroughly on YouTube, because it premiered on YouTube, because it aired on YouTube. I think it aired as like a buy-in, lead-in to an episode of AEW Rampage, I think, because it was another instance where like WWE was running stuff at the same time. So Tony Khan went like, fuck you, I'm going to do a pre-show for a TV show on YouTube for free. And on this free YouTube stream, I'm going to stick Bryan Danielson versus Minoru Suzuki for free on YouTube. This is a real thing that happened.
I completely forgot about that match.
This is a real thing that happened like 2 to 3 years ago. It's insanity. This was just like, fuck you, I'm doing it. I'm Tony Khan. It's so silly, the fact that this even exists, but I'm so glad that it does. It is the best possible example of, one, watching two guys just slap the hell out of each other, but also it's the fact that like less can be more, because I think it's this 15 to 20 minute match, and I believe there's about 3 bumps total between both of them. They just like beat each other up, and it's just, the idea is like building to like who will fall first, who can kind of endure and withstand the other to be able to like get the win. But it is so much like, if they're talking about more, like Bret Hart saying more people need to work like Bret Hart, like he'd be stoked, because this is so much everything, like making every little bit matter and feel important. Yes. Yeah, I don't know why this match existed, but because we needed it. But it is kind of some of the best wrestling is like that, right? Like, look, it's really fun to watch Will Ospreay work. Yeah. I've got to do it in person a bunch of times now. Magical. I've watched the Young Bucks work. Incredible. I've seen Kenny Omega do his thing. Mind blowing, right? Like, I've got to see Finn Balor and Rey Mysterio and some of like the most insane high flyers. But there's something to like, in the same way that like Kenta Kobashi versus Samoa Joe is really good.
Yeah.
Like, there's not a lot of like flash and flare. Everything makes it feel important.
Yes. I remember one show that I went to in Melbourne. It was a New Japan show. They had, I can remember on this card there was, Ace was there.
Yep.
Can't go wrong.
Big Tanner.
And Tanahashi and his hair, yes.
And his air guitar.
Yeah, and the air guitar. Osprey, Jay White, who else is on? Yeah, Hiromu Takahashi, Tetsuya Naito, like all of these big stars playing and wrestling at Festival Hall in Melbourne specifically, which, for those who didn't know, is sort of the holy land of Australian wrestling.
Sacred ground, yeah.
Yeah, it's sacred ground and it's amazing. And it just felt so cool, and getting to see all of these big stars and people who go on to become even bigger stars than they already were. It was a very, very great night. And yeah, all the matches were amazing. It was definitely worth the trip to Melbourne for that one.
That is a good point when you bring up like Tanahashi specifically, when you bring up the Ace. I remember Forbidden Door a few years ago. I think it was when Punk hurt himself, I believe. And then they went to like, we're going to do the interim title match. And they did between John Moxley and Tanahashi. And it was one of those like, Mox had wanted to wrestle Tanahashi for ages. Like, he'd called him out a bunch of times, and he did the kind of promo of just like, finally, like, you know, I came all the way to the other side of the world to try and find you. I couldn't find you here. And now I've like tracked you down here. And they worked this match. And despite the fact that it's Tanahashi and Moxley for the AEW title, which means the result in that is almost a foregone conclusion, right? Like, you can kind of see where that one's going. But Tanahashi has this way, like the way he works babyface, it's like, again, it's everything matters. And it's not crazy flips or anything like that. But like, the crowd was so on his side by the end of that match. Like, that crowd, they wanted Tana to win so bad. Like, I don't think at that point, I think you had still pretty babyface Mox, so I don't think he was ever going to get like super booed. But you could tell they were disappointed that Tanahashi didn't win it, because he just had that way to make you care, to get you on side, to be like, yes, go Ace, go. Like, there's a reason that guy was the Ace, man. There's something to him that is magically undescribable.
Yeah. And he was born to work babyface.
Oh, yeah.
Knew how to make people want to see him win.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. In the same kind of vein that I believe the legendary Bryan Danielson had as well. Like,
yeah,
the fact he could work heel is amazing, but like, oh man,
so
like,
good as a face, yeah.
Yeah, so good. And so was his match against Minoru Suzuki, which is why it gets my thorough recommendation.
A very, very worthy YouTube pick of the week. Which brings us to the end of episode 9 of GrapChats Pro Wrestling Podcast. Thank you very much for watching. We appreciate it. We will be back next week. Most likely we'll have to, at some point, talk all things Karrion Kross, because how could you not?
We should still, like, I know he's been saying it's not a work. I feel like we should still wait longer just in case it is.
Oh, there's a distinct possibility, yeah. We need to consider that for sure.
Yeah, good point.
But we'll save that for next time. And until then, I am your host. I'm Steve. He's Matty. You are loved. And we will see you next time.
Bye, Nan.